Hey, what's up guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Was Blessed by Fenrir, and yeah guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now before continuing this movie, if you haven't then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and without further ado, let's begin with our story. Our story begins with Fenrir, a wolf-type deity of fire, who protects the land of fire and the Inuzuka clan as their guardian, and is worshipped by both of them. By the priest and the people know of this legend that the wolf spirit of fire protects them all. And our story begins at the October 11th, nighttime, as we see Konoha in havoc as the nine-tailed Biju was released from his previous Jinchuriki Kushina Uzumaki and causing destruction everywhere. And the fourth Hokage, alongside with the third and many shinobi, were battling against it to stop it at all cost. And as we see Minato appear on the battleground with no other choice but to seal the Biju inside a little baby boy who was yet born just a few hours ago. His name was Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the heir to the Namikaze and Uzumaki clan and the only child of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. As he arrived in between the Anbus, Hiruzen and his student. Sensei, Minato, Hokage-sama, what are you doing here with the child? Dragon Anbu asked as all the Anbus and the Jonins who were there looked towards their leader. This is my son. I'm going to make him the Jinchuriki by sealing the Kyuubi inside of him, as everyone's eyes widened. As they gave the man a solemn look, as they knew what Minato was about to do. As Hiruzen gave him a nod. Minato, I still don't believe that you are ready. Please let me try this. I am an old man. Even if I die here, I will die with no regrets. But you, on the other hand, have a family. No, old man. You do know that only I can perform this jutsu, because I have the matrix sealing for it. He said with a smile. Please look after him. All of you. That is all I ask. And to people of Konoha, please tell them to see him as a hero. As some of the Jonins teared up at that. Most hardened shinobis just looked solemn at the brave man's sacrifice that he was about to commit. As he prepared the altar by summoning it and laid Naruto there in a basket, starting to prepare a seal on his stomach with his own blood, as the seal hissed and turned black marks as the baby Naruto cried, and the masked man then released the control on the Biju. As the Sharingan eyes turned back to slit reds. You damn Uchihas, I will crush this village once and for all. Not even the damn deity can stop me this time, said the Biju. As Tsuzumi Inuzuka was watching this everywhere. Fenrir-sama, please help us, she said in her mind, as a statue of Fenrir that was placed inside a temple built for it inside Inuzuka clan compound glowed as the statue broke into billion bits, as a wolf-type animal appeared there, glowing as flames glowed over his head and on his tail. His fur was red and the underneath was white. His eyes were flame golden with slits, as the deity leapt into the air and rushed to the field after seeing the nine tails. As the deity arrived there, it saw the Shinigami. Hello, Shinigami-sama. The time slowed down when they spoke. Ah, Fenrir. It's nice to see you here. I thought you took solitary confinement for your own self and vowed to never return. Then how come you're here, old friend? My old friend, I returned because my people need me. And looks like this child's life is going to be turned into hell by these people. It pains me, but I have to do this. I have to be this child's guardian now, to protect him. Ah, yes, Naruto Uzumaki, Shinigami said, the child of prophecy. I know his trials are hard, and Kami will be honored that you will be there to guard this child with your, well, wisdom and all. I'm honored. I will do this. As the time again fastened, as they saw a wolf spear in front of them with fire. Fenrir-sama, said Hiruzen as Minato's whose life was being dragged out also saw this. As all shinobis halted, even the Kyuubi halted, after seeing the Shinigami and the Fenrir. Fenrir, Kyuubi said with a hiss, "What are you doing here?" "Ah, Kyuubi-chan, it's nice to meet you as well." "Well, you see, I can't let you harm this child." As the time again slowed down for everyone, as Fenrir vanished as he peered next to Kyuubi's ear. "You see, this child is a child of prophecy, and Shinigami-sama confirmed it. I can sense the powers of your brother Asura inside of him. Your brother Indra's power is also inside this village." As Kyuubi's eyes widened, as his eyes closed down, "I see. So the cycle of hatred still continues between them. One wants to preserve, while the other wants to destroy. So what do you want me to do?" said the Kyuubi, now turned into a nine-tailed girl. "Ah, much more cuter way, I see. I want you to befriend that child, and trust him after you deem him worthy. And not only that, I will be there to guide him as well. I'm going to make him my champion and bless him as well." As the Kyuubi's eyes went, "Nani? Are you sure about this? Giving your power to a human? Last time you gave it to someone else and he was corrupted at the loss of his family. And he turned into Dark Wolf and almost destroyed the whole world." As the now terrified and realization dawned, Fenrir sighed. I know, but I trust this one. I can feel it. He will be my redemption," he said, as Kyuubi nodded. As then the time fastened, as everyone's eyes widened as they saw a nine-tailed lolly girl just landing next to Naruto, as she picked up Naruto in her hands, as everyone else was quite surprised, even Shinigami. "You can give their souls back, Shinigami-sama. I am not going anywhere. I can stay here." It seems the deal is broken, Minato. You're free to live. There is no need to seal the Kyuubi." "Oh yes, I will love it if you place a seal on me so that I can't be controlled by that accursed dojutsu," said the Kyuubi, almost growling, as her red eyes now turned back to red slits with glowing in them. As the Shinigami nodded, "Here." A seal was engraved on her arm. With a hiss, as the smoke disappeared, everyone was in surprise and shock as the Shinigami vanished, as Minato was left there alive. As he saw Kushina's unconscious form, because of the usage of chakra chain and giving birth, "Kushina!" he carried her back to the Anbu hospital. As baby Naruto was carried back by the Nine-Tails herself. As she was walking back into the village, after seeing her appearance, everybody deemed that she turned into a human. But nobody dared to go near her, as one foolish man tried to go near her, but with her tails, she ripped his head apart from his body by pulling it, as his blood sprayed everywhere. As she stopped and looked at everyone, "Don't you think that I turned into my human form? I can't use my full power. I can, and I'm blessed by the Shinigami to never be under control of anyone. I'm only here to protect him and to mold him into becoming what I think he is. Because Kami herself have bigger plans for him." As Fenrir were also walking alongside them, which caused them to gasp. They were seeing their deity. "Is that Fenrir-sama? Oh my god, our deity has saved us yet again. But why is Fenrir-sama walking amongst that monster? We don't know. We will be told in due time." As they all walked inside the council chambers. After half an hour, everyone was inside the council chamber, but deathly quiet, because the Kyuubi no Kitsune, in her human form, was sitting also in a chair, giggling madly because Naruto was just too cute, even for her, because baby Naruto opened his blue eyes and looked at her and giggled and pulled her hair, which caused her to giggle, and her tail swished back and forth with excitement. As Fenrir was also looking at Naruto, as Naruto also giggled, taking out his arms, motioning for him to pick him up to Fenrir. As Fenrir said to everyone to ease up the mood, "He's quite a bright child, isn't he?" While Tazunmi, who was on the other side, was also quite in shock. Hi, Fenrir-sama," said Hiruzen. "Well, not to be mean or rude, but what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?" "Well, my people wanted me. One of you prayed for my protection, so I arrived. After seeing what was going on, that it was, well, my daughter, adopted daughter, who was causing such mess. I thought, why not? I just told her off and scolded her for what she was doing. Nay, Toho-chan, stop with this. It's our secret, remember? Said Kyubi. Hi, Kurama-chan. You just revealed my name to these lowly humans who tried to use me as a weapon for hundreds of years. And they were yet going to do the same with this child and cause him to be condemned to hatred by them. I know, as the Fenrir looked at everyone with cold eyes, which caused everyone to flinch. Causing Kyubi to be mad and rampage inside their village was one thing, but their deity, well, there was no seal there for stopping it, and plus, if the will of fire was taken away from them, and the protection of fire was taken away from them, then they were, well, much as well lost. You see, Fenrir protected the land of fire, Pegasus, the wind horse protected the sand, Suna, and the land of sand as whole. Leviathan protected the Kirigakure and its nearby areas. Leviathan the sea serpent, and the Armadillo protected the Iwagakure, and Kuma was protected by the eagle. These are the animals and deities that protected their respective lands, but the other deities were sealed off, never to be used, and they were forgotten by the people as time went by, so they never returned. But the land of fire remembered it as the monks prayed every day for Fenrir, and Inuzuka clan remembered. It was enough for it to return back to the land of living. As a civilian asked, but we thought that you were a myth. As time went by, people forgot about us, said Fenrir. But my Inuzuka clan, the clan that originated from me and the saint of the sixth path, with our both blessings, and not only that, the monks of the land of fire prayed, and that is why I was able to return. Not unlike the Pegasus, Armadillo, Leviathan, and the eagle. They were not lucky enough. Their people forgot about it. Their churches were closed down, so they're not able to return unless their people remember. And it is not our duty to talk about each other and to inform them of their mistakes. They have to realize it by their own. I see, said a civilian, with a huge embarrassment blush on his face as he sat down. We are sorry, said the head of the civilian council, which was a woman named Mabuki Haruno. But if that child is not the Jinchuriki, how come the demon, I mean to say your daughter, is holding it? It's not an it, it's a he, said Fenrir with a glare, and he's the child of Minato no Mikaze and Kushina Uzumaki as Horizon, but they weren't even married. How come? Unless he's a bastard. As she said those words, the door flung open, and in came a limping Kushina, but still enraged, and Minato as well, with cold expression. Mabuki Haruno, you have no right to say this to my child, said Kushina, as she looked at Kushina. Kushi-chan, I know, but you aren't married, and it isn't good to have a bastard. You have to get rid of him in an orphanage if you aren't married. You know that he can't be a clan head. We are married, Mabuki. I can't believe my friend, my second best friend, is saying this to me. Don't you trust me? As Mabuki felt quiet, I'm sorry. It's just, we know what you lost against Kyubi, but you don't have to pin our little Naruto just because the Kyubi is attached to it. We are also confused, how is this happening? Well, this child is the child of prophecy. Kyubi blurted out. Fenrir's just sighed. You have to go and have to tell them. I was going to manage this somehow, but no. You are just being blunt, right? As Kyubi just giggled. Yes, he is. And that is why I'm going to stay here and help him. I'm going to become his familiar, as the Inuzuka clan take dogs as their partners and familiars. I see, said that Inuzuka clan martyr Tsunami. So is he going to learn our ways? I mean, not like our ways, but as taijutsu and our techniques. Yes. I will be honored if you comply to my request, said Fenrir. No, we are the one who are being honored here. You are the one who rescued us with the Sage of the Sixth Path when we were near doom and destruction. We will forever be your loyal servants. It's good to know that there are people who still respect me. Well, Naruto, I will be making you my champion, said the Fenrir as he, put a paw on Naruto's forehead. As a print appeared near Naruto's stomach, it was a print of a paw of Fenrir, which was quite weird because he touched Naruto's forehead. But anyway, on to the story. As the paw glowed, it was a golden marking on Naruto's body after the glow died down. As Tsunami gasped, You made him your champion? You're blessing him with your power? Your power to turn into a wolf? Yes, he will be second strongest, and it will be my redemption. As they all flinched, because in the midst they knew about a man who caused almost this whole world to be destroyed, but he was killed by Fenrir-sama himself. It's an honor, but heed my warning, he said, looking towards the elders, who were having a gleam in their eyes as they were looking at Naruto now. The person who was able to control the Kyuubi at his fingertips, and not only that, being blessed by a deity of land of fire. He was going to be powerful, so they had to use him. But after hearing his words, they knew it wasn't going to happen. If you ever try to use him, mainly you three, there will be hell to pay, not only for you, not for Konoha, not for Land of Fire, but for the whole world. It will be like the Dark Wolf all over again, and this time with chakra, and there is no one who is going to be able to stop him. Not me. Not my daughter. Not even your mother Uchiha or Hashirama Senju will be strong enough. The Fenrir said as he vanished, as he appeared inside the Land of Fire capital in a statue, to reside there in solitary confinement, because he was still going through his own punishment after killing his own beloved student that day, the one student who turned dark, as he sighed and closed his eyes in his own solitary confinement, back in the land of Konohagakure no Sato. As we see, the deal was made as Minato and Kushina returned back with Naruto. Years passed, and they and the rest of the village got accustomed to Kyuubi being there and near Naruto. Naruto was a little bit mischievous and always caused trouble, but mostly harmless pranks, not to some extreme degree or anything. He once painted the whole Anbu squadron uniform in pink, and that was, quite funny for the shinobis, but they were quite impressed as well that a 5-year-old kid was able to enter the Anbu Corps base, and not only that, paint their whole uniform pink without anyone noticing. As Kushina was rolling down on the ground in laughter at, the next council meeting when this was revealed, as Dragon appeared in his pink uniform, while Minato just sighed, as Naruto just giggled and smiled, as Kyuubi patted him on the head. Good job, Naruto-chan, you are doing great, you're learning fast, as everyone looked towards Kyuubi. Are you the cause for this? Asked Dragon. Yes, who else will be? I mean, he's just an innocent kid, and I told him, does he want to have fun? And he said, yeah, I want to have fun. So I showed him how to have fun. Hey, harmless prank, right? As they all groaned, as Kushina laughed and patted Kyuubi on the head. You did great, Kurama-chan. Yeah, you wish, Ningen. You see, the relationship between Kushina and Kurama was love and hate. Sometimes they both loved each other, and the other times, they fought with each other and hated each other to no ends. But it was running between the families, almost acting like sisters. As time went by, Naruto reached at the age of 6. It was time to go to the Hyuga clan compound to meet with his best friend Hinata, where he will be celebrating her birthday. As Naruto arrived there, he met with Neji, who was an elder boy. Naruto looked at him as a big brother. Hey big brother Neji, how are you doing? Ah, Naruto, you're here, I suppose for Hinata-sama's birthday, right? Yeah, here, I brought these chocolates for you that you liked. As Neji looked at the sideways, as he grabbed the chocolate hurriedly. You do know that you can't say that out loud. I'm a Yuga, and Yugas are supposed to be, well, well bound and on their well behavior. And I can't show this to anyone. It's our little secret, Naruto, remember? Said a 7-year-old Hyuga. Oh, I forgot, Najini-san. I'm sorry. I will be more careful next time. Promise, Naruto said with a salute. As Neji chuckled, as patted his head. Now you can go inside. I'll be nearby, okay? As Naruto nodded and walked by, saying goodbye to Neji. As Neji went inside, well, his own room and locked it. My precious. No one can disturb us. Now, let's have our date, Neji said, giggling maniacally as he saw the giant bar of chocolate in front of him. Well, some of us have fetishes and our secrets, right? Back to the main compound hall where the birthday was taking place. Mainly the clan head's children were there, as Kiba and Hana were also there, as Naruto was glumped down to the ground. Hey Naruto-kun, said Hana. Hello Hana-chan. Hana was 2 years older than Naruto. 2 or 3 years older. She was already a genin. As Naruto got up. How are you doing? I'm doing great. You look healthy. Hello Kyubi-san, you look good as well. I'm fine, Ningen. So, would you be kind enough to let Naruto-kun go now? I think he's having trouble breathing. Oh no, I assure you he's not. Both of them had a dark aura around him, as they glared at each other with closed eyes. Naruto then said, they do get along, don't they? Well, why were they doing so? Well, Kyubi became over the years possessive of Naruto, because of how cute he was and how innocent and pure he was. And not only that, she developed feelings for him as well, because Naruto usually used to say when he will grow up, he will marry her, which caused her heart to flutter. And then she knew, by imprinting Naruto, that her one and only will be Naruto in the future, as her father Hagoromo and her other father Fenrir said. And Hana also imprinted Naruto, unknown to everyone but not to Tazunami. She was happy for her daughter. Well, both of were going to fight to death for Naruto, but Naruto didn't see that way. He saw that how they got along. It was always like him and Kiba squabbling with each other. As Kiba arrived, hey dope. Hey loser. As both of them clapped their hands together. So, how you doing? I'm fine, Kiba. How are you? Yeah, training. I'll get my ninja hound next year. You better believe I'll beat your ass then, as his head was bonked by none other than his older sister. You and I are going to have a long talk, little boy, when we return home. Plus, the Kurimaru twins are going to need a training partner, as Kiba gulped. You too, Naruto, are you sure that you're willing to become their partner as well? No, Hana-chan, I'm sorry. As Naruto went to Hinata, who arrived. Hey, Hinata-chan, come, meet our new friends. This is Hana Inuzuka and this is Kiba Inuzuka, her later brother. As both of them said hello, as Naruto gave Hinata a gift. It was a white lotus rose and a box of chocolates, because Hinata also liked chocolates and cinnamon roll as well. As she giggled and laughed, thank you, Naruto-kun. These are the best gifts that I had. As the elders were talking and seeing this, as Hiyashi said, seems my daughter has taken a shine to this Uzumaki boy. I must talk to Minato and that wild, nut psychopathic woman. I can't believe my beautiful daughter is going to have her as her mother-in-law. Please, Kami, protect her poor soul from being corrupted by that ramen-eating maniac. As he went towards Minato, as he saw Tsunami being there. Listen, Minato, I'm going to say this. Yashi heard, as he was also now inside their talking circle. My daughter has imprinted your son, so I think it's good to have them married. As both Minato and Kushina's eyes went, What do you mean by that, Tsunami? As Tsunami began to explain how they find their mates and how they are married by imprinting one in each other. It's a kind of natural thing that happens. and it seems her daughter and clan heir has imprinted Naruto. And Yashi was stiffened as he narrowed his eyes. What are you planning, Inuzuka? As he said, Minato, can I talk as well now? Yes, you can go. Well, you see, my daughter has taken a shine to your son as well, and I was thinking that maybe it will be a good idea for my daughter and your son to have a meeting in an arranged marriage. As their eyes widened, as Tizunmi Inuzuka glared at the Yuga matriarch. What are you planning, Yuga? You do know that my daughter has imprinted, and if she isn't married to him, she will die because of heartbreak. It is common as a death reason in our clan. As both of them nodded, backing her up, which were none other than Minato and Kushina. Well, it is true, what a track. Why don't you put him in a CRA and have them marry him? As QB arrived, I also want to marry your son. I have also imprinted him. As they all flinched and looked at QB with red slit eyes glowing, and I will be the head of the clan. If you want your daughters to survive, that is. Otherwise, I will kill them in their sleep. QB said maniacally, as both of the matrices flinched, as Kushina bonked her on the head. Ita, you damn ninken! What do you want to do, huh? You're lucky that you're going to be my mother-in-law, or else I have to squish you. And that will harm Naruto-kun, as he will not see me as his QB-ne-chan anymore. As Kushina smirked, as QB gritted her teeth and clenched her fist in a fighting manner, as everyone's sweat dropped at that. What the hell was that kind of reason? As the QB said, as he looked away, as Kushina did the same, looking other way. As Minato sighed, we'll talk about this later. You three can visit me in my compound hall when this is over. As then a Yuga guard walked in. Yuga-sama, Okage-sama, it's an emergency. Both Naruto-sama and Hinata-sama are nowhere to be found. What? Where are they? They were gone to the backyard and they were disappeared by there. A Yuga guard was found unconscious there. Damn it. Search everywhere. Anbu, Minato called. Search the whole village and put it on lockdown. Find my son and Hinata Yuga at all cost. They all nodded and disappeared. In an opening far away. As Naruto and Hinata were unconscious, as Naruto woke up. Where are we? It seems one of them has waken up. It's the Yellow Flash's kid. I wonder how much Kumo Gakure's head is going to pay for us and council as well. They wanted grandchildren's, but Raikage doesn't want it anymore. Well, they wanted it, so yeah, we're going behind his back. We'll be rich, you don't have to worry, said C to D. Well, we are scared though. Both of them were ambassadors from Kumo, were impersonating on council's order. As Naruto woke up, the kid will be used and for getting his samples out of him and mainly be used as a weapon because it is known that he is the Jinchuriki of the QB. As for the girl, she will be used as a breeding stock. Naruto's eyes widened and his mind shut down. Hinata will be going to be used as a breeding stock and they are going to kill me. No, even if I die, I can't let this happen to her. She's innocent, Naruto said, as his eyes grew red with yellow hue and turned into slits, as he turned into a blonde wolf with blue slit eyes, as they also had a flame hue in them. You will pay, Naruto said, as the huge power was felt by everyone, even the two shinobis, and Naruto disappeared as he appeared behind them, and with a slash of his claw, both of them were in two pieces. As Naruto was standing in wolf form walking towards Hinata, as everyone arrived at the scene. As their eyes widened as they gasped, Naruto? Kushina asked, as Tizunmi informed. It was the power of Fenrir-sama again, and this was originating from here, as Tizunmi also arrived. Naruto, you transformed into the Fenrir himself. As they all bowed, kneel to the champion of our deity, Fenrir, Ryo, Naruto. As they all bowed, as Naruto nuzzled his nose inside Hinata, waking her up. As she woke up, Naruto licked her face, still happy as he howled seeing the moon then. As Tazunmi did the same alongside Kurimaru. As after the howl died down, Naruto started turned back into his kid form as he fell unconscious after that inside Hinata's lab. As Hinata blushed after seeing this, it was Naruto who helped her, and his other form was quite fluffy and cute. And hence, after seeing this, they all sighed as they saw the Kumo Shinobis who were barely alive. Wow, the Gaki did a number on them surely, said Anbu. Hanko, you do know that we're Anbu currently now, said another black-haired woman. Shut up, Nai-chan. It was damn sexy and awesome, in my opinion. And as time went by and they entered academy, and the academy years went by as such, the Uchihas were spared and from their allegations, and the coup d'etat never occurred. Itachi was still there as a Nanbu, and Sasuke was happy because it was of Naruto's mistake that the coup was stopped. Why? Well, Naruto was able to enter the Danzo's root base, and Danzo always kept files of what he did because of his forgetting memory at the old age. And Naruto took all the files as a prank to him because he was always staring at Naruto with a gleam in his eyes that Naruto couldn't point it out, but it freaked him out to hell. It was kind of revenge of Naruto for always glaring at him. So, Naruto took all the files and placed it at the Hokage desk, making Hokage read his diary. As the Hokage read, his face turned from smile to shock and then to anger as he called for a council meeting as he told everyone what was occurring. As it was Danzo who planted the false evidence on Uchihas, and it was because of him that the Uchihas were going to plan a coup d'etat. He knew about that. As everyone asked Fugaku of this, as Fugaku sighed and nodded, waiting for his punishment. But he was surprised when Minato hugged him and said, "I'm sorry, my friend. It's because of my ignorance that you have to go to such lengths. Why didn't you come to me?" You were still a dope, Minato. You do know that I couldn't do that. As a clan head of Uchiha, I had to do it on my own. As Kushina bonked him on the head. "You damn bastard. You wanted to kill Mikoto-chan? Huh? What do you mean? We are Uchihas, the strongest." Yeah, I know you're yip-yapping about Uchihas and all that shit, but you forgot that I'm an Uzumaki. I can place so many seals on all of your compound to make you go limp and paralyzed with just tickling. As he shivered because Kushina first tested this seal on him. He couldn't move for a week then. I know. I guess so. Well, I was quite scared about doing this because I knew at the end I was endangering my children, and not only that, the children and new generation of my clan. Because mainly we were the one who were going to die. I see. Danzo, you are hereby banished from the council. Your root has been arrested already, and you are going to be executed as per se. As Danzo tried to escape, but he was captured by none other than Kakashi, as he held a kunai to his neck as he started to bleed. "Don't move, Danzo, or you will be beheaded here." "Damn it," Danzo said, as Koharu and Hamura knew now they lost their biggest weapon against the Hokage. Damn it, they gritted their teeth. But he then said, "Koharu and Hamura, you two are also as well discharged. I will appoint new counselor as Hiruzen-sama and Hiyashi." As Hiyashi's eyes went, "What? Why are you giving this post? Because you two are the level-headed here, so I want this post to be you. And I announce Fugaku Uchiha as my successor." "What?" Fugaku said. "You always wanted to become Hokage. I know I took your position, but well, it was kind of my dream as well. And believe me when I say this, it's hell of a boring job. You can take it. For all I care, I can spend time with my family." "No," said Fugaku with a smirk. "I disagree with you, Hokage-sama. I think it fully suits you." "Oh, come on! I'm tired of just sitting here doing nothing. I think I'm going weak because of that. I can't even train properly." As Fugaku's smirk grew. Just stay here and rot, Minato. This will show you how much you owe me. And plus, thank you, dope. Because of you, a huge catastrophe was prevented, and the the main culprit was revealed. Anytime, Fugaku, anytime. And the Uchihas were thankful and grateful to Minato, and mainly to Naruto. Because of him, they didn't have to go to war, and they earned back the respect that they lost. As Naruto was allowed to come visit the Uchiha clan compound whenever they want, and was placed under their protection as well, alongside with the Yugas, Inuzukas, and mainly the whole land of fire, because of Fenrir. And not unleashed the QB as well, and Fenrir himself. As time went by, Naruto became an excellent shinobi under his mother's guidance. He was able to learn Kenjutsu and Fuinjutsu as well, alongside creating his own jutsus and perfecting the Rasengan as well. As Minato sighed, he was sitting behind his desk while his son perfected his technique. He wanted to be there with his son when he perfected his technique alongside him, but his son achieved this feat at the age of 12. Before graduating from Konoha, he showed this technique to, everyone, as he saw how much destruction it caused, and Naruto clenched his muscles of his arm. After hearing that it was an S-rank forbidden technique, Naruto wasn't allowed to use it until, in death and life situation, And time went by, and they were now the Genin team, same as in canon. Naruto was quite saddened by this, as Hana was now a Chunin already, and Naruto was a Genin. But whenever they met, it was quite a surprising sight to see, because Hana was known as an ice queen of Konoha. But in front of Naruto, she was a big marshmallow and a blushing mess. Nobody knows how. Naruto, for his age, was quite tall and lean, but muscular as well. His baby fat was gone. His hair was long to his shoulders, with blonde going down to red and brown streaks, that of Fenrir, with flames tips, indicating that he was the champion of Fenrir. As time went by, Naruto entered the Chunin exams after completing his torturous Genin days. And during the second test, they encountered the Orochimaru, mainly him, Sasuke, and Sakura. Naruto was able to take him down because of blessing of Fenrir-sama, but he retreated. Now he wanted Naruto as his body, not the Uchiha, because if he ever tried to harm Sasuke Uchiha, he knew that Itachi Uchiha as well as Fugaku Uchiha and the whole Uchiha clan will be on his ass, and he didn't want that to happen. But on the other side, if Naruto was engraved by that mark, he didn't want to fear the wrath of, the red hot-blooded habanero, and not only that, the yellow flash, because both of them had a seal on them which prevented his curse mark to be spreading on their bodies, which means Orochimaru was, weak against them. And when he tried to bite Naruto, to his surprise, his fangs were broken because the same seal was placed on him. Damn it, he should have thought about this, but he didn't, clearly. So, when he had an ass whooping in Naruto's full form, he retreated. Now he was going to prepare an even more accursed seal than the cursed seal itself inside his lab. As the second exam was passed, teams entered, same as in canon in the Chunin exams. And the Chunin exams went without a hitch, as they battled against each other in preliminary rounds and gave a 1 month of period to rest and regain their strength. The finalists were as same: Sasuke versus some unnamed shinobi, Sakura and Ino. Both of them as well in the finals. Hinata and Naruto and Neji were also there, going against each other, and same as in canon, And Naruto was quite surprised when his father said he couldn't train him, and so can his mother. But Naruto was in for a surprise when his godfather appeared all of a sudden and did that weirdo dance in front of him. As Naruto came to know that he was Jiraiya the Sanin, but he was a damn huge pervert, as per her mother's words. As for Kyuubi, that lazy kitsune was resting inside Naruto's stomach. Why? Because she can enter and come outside of Naruto's seal that was placed by his father. As she woke up, Naruto-kun, why didn't you wake me up? I slept for like 3 years straight. You were saying that you were tied to a seal, that you couldn't get a wink of sleep for almost hundreds of years inside Mito-bacha and Kasan, so I thought maybe I should let you sleep. How wonderful of you, and how thoughtful of you, she said as she came out of the seal and clumped him into a hug. Now, I see, you have grown into a fine man. Say, would you like to Nate-chan to pop your cherry. Nate-chan, please stop this, Naruto said as he was blushing like mad. As Jiraiya, who was standing there, was scribbling on his notebook as a perverted face was in front of them. As the both of them face palmed. Jiraiya, get out of here, said Naruto as he launched Rasen Shuriken at him. As Jiraiya's scream was heard across the whole Konoha. For the next week, he was inside Konoha's hospital, bandaged from head to toe. Only an eye holes glaring at Naruto. It was because of you, Kaki, I'm here. But luckily my bones weren't broken, so I will be able to return within 1 week. Until then, you are to train hard. As Naruto was able to train on his own alongside with QB. And after a week when he returned, Jiraiya, so what did you train with QB? As Naruto showed him the KCM2 state and the avatar mode, which caused him to gasp. You are able to control his power, and I don't feel any malicious chakra. Cool, Jiraiya said. As he thought, Naruto, after this is done, would you like to go on a 1-year training trip with me at Mount Miyaboku, where you will be able to learn a secret sage technique? Awesome, old man. I'll love it. But I have to ask permission from your father. Why don't you, meanwhile, entertain Gamabunta? As Naruto summoned Gamabunta and same went his cannon while Jiraiya went to talk to Kushina and Minato, who were at their home. As a knock was heard, as Kushina opened as she glared daggers at him. Where is my son? He's training with Gamabunta. As Naruto's scream was heard. You did leave him that with Gamabunta-sama? You knew that Gamabunta-sama might as well crush him. No worries, kid can transform into a giant QB avatar himself, so I guess they're evenly matched. No worries there. Are you sure, Sensei? Came another voice. It was Minato. Yeah, I'm sure, Minato. You don't have to worry about nothing. So, what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Jiraiya? Said Kushina with narrowed eyes. Can I come inside and talk, please? It's getting quite unnerving, really. And, please don't hurt me. Jiraiya said, fine. Kushi-chan, please come inside. I know he tried to peek on us on our honeymoon, but still? You want to have some of that, Minato, as well? She said as her ears started to fly in air as 9 tails were formed. No, Kushi-chan. No, ma'am. Good. I'll be going to meet Mikoto. You two can chat. Actually, Kushina, I think that can wait. Jiraiya said in seriousness. It's about Naruto. I've been thinking. What? Both of them got serious as well. What you were thinking, Jiraiya? Well, I think it's time for him to learn the Sage Mode. Sensei, you do know that it's a technique that you can perfect, and I wasn't even able to learn because I couldn't finish the complete first step. I know, Minato, but I think he will be. And plus, he's a child of prophecy. He'll be the one to bring peace to this world. You're right, Sensei. It's worth a shot. As Kushina sighed, I guess him being the child of prophecy means a lot to you all, but does he have to even agree to this? Well, he said, cool. That's what he said. Fine, you can take him. For how much? 1 week? 1 month? 2 months? Is that it, right? As Jiraiya looked sheepish as he looked away. 1 year. What? I can't hear you. 1 year. Say it louder, Jiraiya. I said 1 year, okay? Don't hurt me, Jiraiya said as he covered his face. But unlucky him, he was smashed in the face with such force that he was sent flying from the house. As Minato sighed. You have an okay from us, Sensei. Thank you, he said while flying, as he was bruised and landed to the ground. And the Chunin exams came after a 1 month passed, as Naruto and Neji's match was first. Hey Neji-san. Hello Naruto. Now we are against each other, so come at me with the intent to kill, Neji said, getting into his stance. You bet, Neji-san, and the battle commenced. Both of them were equally matched. Naruto was able to match his every Juken strike. Plus Neji was going all out against Naruto as well because he knew Naruto was strong. But Neji was quite surprised when he threw Naruto a Juken fist that caused his arm to go limp, as Naruto hissed and jumped away. That was awesome, Neji-san, but you're in my trap. What? Neji's eyes widened and he looked at the ground, as gritted his teeth, as he then sighed, because he was trapped inside a similar seal that was similar to that of Nara's shadow entrapment technique. It seems you're grown, Naruto, grown far stronger than me. No, Najini-san, I was able to trick you because you were focused on me and not beneath us. I know for sure that next time I fought and used this technique, you have a prevention for it. You betcha, kiddo. Neji said. Hey, come on, Najini-san, I'm already an year younger than you, so you don't have to call me kiddo anymore. I'm 13. And I'm 14. For me, you're an year younger and a kid. Ah. As Neji said, I give up. As Naruto was happy about that. As Hinata cheered for both of them. As Neji and Naruto smiled. Because when Neji and Hinata fought, Neji knocked her out unconscious. Didn't do anything other than that. Tried to kill her or any of that stuff. Because his father was able to prevent him from dying and was able to prevent him from being placed by that accursed seal. As Hiyashi and Hisashi both made the council agree that the young generation should not be bearing this burden and should join as a whole family. And that was agreed upon, as the branch side was also happy that they were merging with the main branch as a whole clan. And even placed the seal upon themselves, but not to cause pain, but to prevent from their dojutsu to ever be stolen from them. But that didn't prevent that jutsus to be passed on to next generation. It was modified seal by none other than Kushina Uzumaki herself and Naruto. And it was placed on every yuga. The previous seals was erased. As the elders were somewhat grumbling about this, their traditions were broken. But Hiyashi and Hisashi told them that the new generation will carry out the new will and will turn this into tradition. They will look out for each other, and there is need for, any servants anymore. They are our family, and they wholeheartedly agree with their leaders, as the elder had to give in to that. Anyways, the exams went as is canon, but at the end, Suna launched an attack by releasing Shikaku on, Konoha. But Naruto, alongside with his cubified avatar, were able to prevent him by beating the shit out of Shikaku, which caused everyone to be scared from them as they fled from the village back to their homeland. As they arrived there, they sent a treaty after finding out it was Orochimaru who, by killing their Kage, betrayed them into thinking that it was their Kage, launching an attack on Konoha by breaking their treaty, and hence a new treaty was placed, as everyone was happy as things were going back to normal, and it was time for Naruto to leave with none other than Jiraiya. As Naruto bid his girlfriends goodbye, mainly Hinata and Hana, when his parents came back home that night after he rescued Hinata, saying that Hana and Izuka, Hinata Yuga, and Kyubi no Kitsune Kurama are his wives, he was quite surprised, as both the girls were clenching a handkerchief in their teeth as they were pulling with both hands. Oh, curse you, Kyubi! You're the lucky one who's going with him. You wish, Ningans, and I'm the head wife of both Uzumaki and Namikaze clan. You better remember that. Curse you, you took away their positions from us. Not like we care, we are already the head of the Yuga and the Inuzuka clan. As both of them nodded at Hana's words, as Naruto decided, they do get along, but as Naruto said, you don't have to fight, girls. I know you get along with each other and all, and I really love you all equally, so you don't have to worry about that. Me being, Naruto said with embarrassment, I love you all equally, he said as he dashed away with Jiraiya, as Jiraiya said, this is pure gold! Pure gold, I say, he thought in his mind. But he saw then the frail look that the Uzumaki Matriarch and the Inuzuka Matriarch was giving him. If you ever use our children, there will be hell to pay, Jiraiya, as he nodded and dashed far, far away from everyone. During their travel, they went to Tanabata town where they met with Tsunade as well. And, when they met her, Tsunade insulted the Hokages, but Naruto fought back. And they made a bet after enraging Tsunade that if he was able to beat her, she will do whatever he say. And if she was able to beat him, he will give every bit of his money to her. And both of them agreed, and to her surprise, Naruto, and with the help of Kyubi, was able to beat her and land a hit. So, she gave the first Shoda's Hokage's necklace to Naruto after seeing the apparition of both Nawaki and Dan in him, and placing her hopes inside of him, and telling him that Orochimaru will be coming soon. And not only that, Naruto told her that he gave her his position as his godmother, and not only that, he his grandmother as well. Tsunade was happy with this, and by saying that there was another person she could consider as family aside from anyone else. And she went along with them on their journey. They weren't going to return to Konoha, and Naruto was going to force her, but he wanted her to travel alongside them. As they did, as Naruto told, because Tsunade still lost the bet, and they even beat down Orochimaru yet again, and Kabuto as well this time, as they went to Mount Miyamoku and trained there with Jiraiya. 6 months later, Naruto was trained in complete Sage mode. He was able to enter it and exit it without turning into a stone, and use it at full capacity for almost an hour or so. As he also formed an alliance with the slugs as well, and was able to learn the healing jutsus as well from Tsunade. Tsunade was quite surprised as Naruto's balanced chakra and huge amount of it. So she taught him her fist techniques. I mean the destructive fist and legs and kicking techniques with his own taijutsu style. It was deadly. And not only that, Naruto within 6 months was able to gain the 100 healing marks on his forehead. A diamond mark, a blonde diamond mark on Naruto's head. As when it was a year later, Naruto said, "Tsunade-bachan, yes Naruto-kun, I want you to return back to village, but I'm not going to force you. I know that you lost your family there, but are you able to come back there?" "I don't know, Naruto, it's still hard to go there." "Well, why don't you go there to visit them?" "What do you mean?" "You know, their graves. I mean, it's been years since you went there. You can vent out your frustration and emotions there in front of them. It says that a person who dies and is visited on his grave by a loved one, he is there listening where his spirit is." Tsunade's eyes widened at that, as she then smiled, hiding her tears. "You sure talk a lot, Gaki, but fine," she said as she hugged Naruto close. As she thought, "I don't know how, within a year this kid got so close to my heart that I feared that if I lose him again this time, I might as go well as mad. He's like a son that I never had, and a little annoying brother. Kami, I'm going crazy, but I think I'll place my trust on him, just this once." As she said, "Fine, Gaki, we'll visit back Konoha. I think it's been a while since I visited Sensei." As the three of them started to head back to Konoha after 1 year, Naruto was at the age of 15. As Jiraiya was alongside with everyone, he said, in a town just about 10 miles away from Konoha, we're going to rest here. You go into inn, I have an appointment to make." "What do you mean by that?" As he looked at both Tsunade and Naruto with serious eyes, as their eyes widened and they knew what Jiraiya was referring to. He had an appointment with his informant. As they left, as Jiraiya arrived in a bar, "So, what do you have for me?" he said after taking a shot, as the bartender gave him a file. As Jiraiya paid him double the money from his shot. As he left after drinking, "Are you going to drink only once, sir?" "Yeah, I have a travel to make." "Don't want to stumble and fall, right?" "Yes, happy travels," said the informant as Jiraiya left. Far away, when he read the files, his eyes were, "The Akatsuki, they're going to make move on Naruto soon for the Kyuubi. I have to inform this to Naruto." As Naruto was with Tsunade and Shizune, as they were laughing and chatting, as Jiraiya came, "Naruto, we are not going to Konoha. We're going to meet with every Jinchuriki and place a seal on them that was blessed to you by Shinigami. You said that you were able to replicate it, right?" "You mean the seal that prevented Kyuubi from being controlled and never sealed?" "Yes, the same one." Yeah, I was able to replicate it with the help of Kyuubi. Seems her siblings are in danger, as Kyuubi came from Naruto's seal back to reality. What do you mean by that, Sanin? As Tsunade, who saw Kyuubi for the first time, alongside with Shizune inside a girl form, were surprised. That's Kyuubi? Yeah. You got a problem with that? No. What do you mean my siblings are in trouble? As Jiraiya sighed and told about the Akatsuki and their plan. As her eyes widened, they want to revive the Ten Tails. What? Everyone said. What do you mean Ten Tails, Kurama-chan? Naruto asked. You see, we are all a part of a giant destructive Biju that you thought we were as mindless beast. the Ten Tails, and if that Biju is revived, it will cause havoc and destruction all over the world. And it will bore a fruit tree, the chakra fruit tree, that will extract every bit of chakra from everyone else and us as well. And it itself will die as the chakra fruit will be born. And whoever eats it will be able to gain the power of a full Otsutsuki or a god as their eyes widen. This is quite troubling news. We have to move on fast. As their first stop was Suna, which was quite surprising, as Gaara was the Kazekage now. 2 days before the attack, as Naruto went inside Shikaku's mindscape and Gaara's mindscape to meet with Shikaku and told him the whole situation, as Kurama also was there and told him everything as Shikaku sighed, and that the seal be placed on him, as the seal was engraved on his shoulder and on Gaara so that nobody could extract him from him and save his life as well. They went on to travel to find the 2 tails in Kumo alongside with the 8 tails. As they arrived, Kumo was quite hostile, but then they saw it was the kid of the yellow flash there and alongside the 2 Sanins. As Kyuubi was released in front of the Raikage, which caused everyone to tense, but Kyuubi talked to him and told him what was going on, as Kyuki took over V and Matatabe took over Yujito and told the Raikage that Kurama was telling the truth if what she thinks what Akatsuki is going to do. As Raikage became quite nervous about this, they were going to die. Not only them, their whole village and this whole world was going to die at this rate. And he agreed. A seal was placed on them and they could still use their chakra completely to Raikage's relief. And the only reason was that they couldn't be able to release the Jinchuriki forcefully now, and the Jinchuriki and the Biju will be saved this time. As A was thankful for that, and Naruto told him to keep it a secret from his parents because they were quiet on a secret mission of their own. As A chuckled and had a spar with Naruto, but was quite surprised to see that Naruto used some kind of nature move. But the Bijus told him that it was Senjutsu chakra, the nature and chakra of nature and sage. Naruto was a sage, a complete sage, which was quite surprising in this day of time. As B said this out loud, A was quite surprised and intrigued by this technique. And after having an honorable spar and deeming Naruto as a worthy ally, Naruto went on to Kiri and placed the seals on their Jinchurikis and avoided the bloodline purge, as he was able to free Yagura from the control and place a seal on him, as Yagura surrendered and was placed in deep confinements without execution, as the rebels were quite thankful as the other forces were taken out by Naruto. Anjura and Tsunade as well, who were now in complete Senjutsu mode of their own, and with the help of Rebel Task Force at least, and the new Kiri was born. And Kiri was also quite surprised to hear that Naruto was on a secret mission, as they went along every elemental nation with Jinchuriki before returning. As we go to Amegakure, "Did you hear the news?" said Zetsu. "The 9-tailed Jinchuriki is running around helping other Bijus so that we can't extract them. It's quite unnerving. We tried to capture that 1-tailed and our rings bursted out, and we lost sorcery. My man is dead," said Deidara with solemn look. "It seems we have to kill them now and wait for the Bijus to be reborn. That is the only way we can get it. We will target the Jinchuriki's favorite place, his home, and show him what happens when he messes with us." As they all went within a week to Konoha to attack. Back with Naruto, as he arrived, he saw the destruction caused in his village alongside with everyone. What is going on? As he walked on the wall and looked from there, he saw 6 figures standing there and his father being clashed by one, still beatenly bruised, as Naruto entered Senjutsu mode and charged down with a Rasengan, destroying it into million bits. As Naruto said, "Your fight is with me. You will all be perished here." As his father was surprised to see this. "Naruto?" "Hello, Dad. You can rest now." As he summoned Gamabunta. "Gamabunta-sama, I need your help. Take my father away from here." He summoned Ma and Pa. "Ma and Pa, I need your help against battle against these guys. A Rinnegan wielder. Naruto, be careful." It seems you're already in Senjutsu Chakra. I see, your time has shortened from entering it. Yeah, let's do this. As Naruto valiantly fought in front of the whole villagers' shinobi corps who were still alive, barely, as he took one by one whole parts of Pain down, and then Conan down. By slapping seals of exhaustion on her, she couldn't mold chakra anymore for the rest of her life. As for everyone else, the same could be said. Naruto didn't kill them, but it was worse fate than death. They couldn't mold chakra anymore. Their chakra was barely at a level of civilian. If they used it, they will die of exhaustion. As Kisame couldn't pick up his sword, Kakuzu's hearts were destroyed, every one of them, killing him. As for Hidan, he was split into a million bits, and Naruto burned them with black flames that he sealed from Uchiha from using them in his flame storage scroll. It was Amaterasu, the black flames that was contained inside his sealing scroll, released on him, his body burning forever inside a grave that will never be heard. As Naruto went where the original Nagato was, as he convinced Nagato with his dark no jutsu, Obito appeared. And Naruto side dashed as the nail that was launched by Nagato was pierced through him, as he was now on the ground, bleeding heavily because he was dying. Surprisingly, as Nagato revived everyone inside the village that he killed, and asked Naruto for only one favor, to destroy his Rinnegan, and Naruto did as was told, as Zetsu appeared, launching himself as Naruto, as he pierced Naruto through one of his lungs, as Naruto clashed it. You are the bane of our existence. Because of you, Mother cannot be released. And not only that, there is no Rinnegan in this world. Thank you, dipshit. We have to now corrupt another Uchiha. What? Obito said. It was because of you? Yes, you dipshit. Because of us, that girl died. We wanted you on our side. That is why we corrupted Madara. And that is why we implanted the Biju inside that girl so that she could be killed and you could be corrupted. You monster! I will kill you! Obito said. As with newfound strength, he got up. His Sharingan morphed into Rinnegan as Naruto was on the ground, passing out, turning white as he was bleeding, as he was also internally injured because of his usage of rusting Shuriken over and over again. It seems this is the end. I was able to prevent Akatsuki from causing destruction. It's good that the rest of them are safe. You are safe. Everyone is safe. Naruto said as his eyes started to close. Naruto-kun, wake up! Kurama said. No, this can't be happening, she said as tears started to well up in her eyes. I cannot lose another precious person of mine again. Not like this. As Naruto's heart stopped, Kyuubi's eyes widened, as a huge malicious amount of chakra was released. No, Minato said, alongside with Kushina, who was revived. If this Kyuubi is this angry, it means only Naruto, said both Hinata and Hana, as alongside his parents and his friends, everyone rushed there, where the chakra was coming from, and 200 meters away they saw the huge giant Kyuubi and Obito, which caused both Kakashi and, Minato and Kushina to be shocked, charging at Zetsu as they destroyed him. After destroying Zetsu to nothing but molecules, they turned towards Naruto, whose eyes were closed as his face was pale and he wasn't moving. As they saw Kyuubi turn back to her girl form and clutching Naruto's body as she shed tears, which was surprising for everyone because they never saw Kyuubi crying. As both Hana and Hinata rushed towards Naruto, and they also shed tears after seeing that he was dead. As Kushina almost fainted after hearing that, but was barely standing with the help of Minato. As Minato looked towards Obito. Obito, how are you alive? Kakashi asked. Don't ask, old friend. I've done many terrible deeds, but I will do one thing right. As he clapped his hands together, summoning Jutsu, King of Hell. As the King of Hell appeared, exchange of my soul, please grant Naruto Uzumaki a healthy life that he deserved. As Obito's life was drained and Naruto's life force returned, as Obito died on the ground. Destroy my Rinnegan, or implant my eye onto the other one, Kakashi. Gain eternal Mangekyo, my friend. It is my other friend to you, said Obito as he passed out, as his one-eyed Rinnegan was placed inside the Sharingan eye after the funeral that was held for him, as Naruto's retrieval was celebrated by everyone. Thank you, Obito, said Kakashi as he saw at his new eye. It was Rinne's Sharingan inside Kakashi's eye. He could use now Susanoo without the drawbacks of the Sharingan ever again. As he shed tears, as Obito's funeral was also held, as a respective hero who saved Naruto, their hero, the hero of their hero. Wow, that was quite a confusing title, but still. And time went by. The world achieved peace, and, well, Naruto received a huge amount of scolding, not from his parents but from the whole council and the village as a whole, because of his secret mission that he went on for the last 2 months before returning back to his own village, which was, well, going around the elemental nations, helping out in a war, mainly from Kiryu's side, and helping other Jinchurikis out. And even Eva was quite surprised by this, but, well, they somehow were surprised themselves when they moved their hand first to join alliance with Konoha, but they had to. Why? Because a peace was being achieved between the whole elemental nations, so they weren't going to be the sore spots and leave it behind. And Naruto was quite happy about it. He was friends with mostly all of them, and, well, Kuretsuchi confessed his love to him as well, so Naruto was quite surprised with this. And, well, but Kuretsuchi was allowed happily inside his family, because he blushed and fainted, and the other girls agreed after coming to a compromise. Mainly QB yelling at them and saying that she was the superior one, but they yelled back saying that Naruto told them he will love them all equally. And Naruto was married at the age of 18 with the rest of them. And time went on, and Naruto was 25. He was happy father of 8 children from 4 of his wives. And both Kushina and Minato were happy as well, because they were grandfather and grandmother at such a young age, and they had the rest of their lives to spend with their grandchildren and family. And same could be said for the rest of the village, and Neji was also alive and was happily married with Tenten, and the rest of the couples were as in canon. Still kind of wondering who Metal Lee's mother is. Well, that is a mystery for another time. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace!